everybody again to Morpheus Channel, where you and I we continue to make money. And progress is really good. I do enjoy kind of showing you guys on a daily basis that binary options is a valid instrument that would allow you to make money consistently over long term, and this is something that is going to continue. Chats are open, my dear friends, just like Henry right there, is in the building. Nah, maybe my Donald, boy, Donald should be, there he is. Boy, Donald's in the house as well. Chats are open. You are able to ask any kind of questions, comments, concerns. We are Oh man, I'm actually saying that we're doing really good. All right, let's see. Now I'm trying to. All right, so about like 10, June 9th of June. All right, let me kind of bring this up here. 9th, there we go, of June. So for essentially over a month, you and I, we have a 100% success rate with regards to, oh, wait a second, I'm not showing you the res. There we go. We see that it is, over, 100% success rate with regards to macro statistics. Actually, this is for the entire month of June and July. But we're looking actually at like, really, really good profitability. Profitable trade success rate is not really top, but I keep reminding you guys that it doesn't need to be. Now, with regards to 100% success rate in terms of macro statistics, yesterday we did like a really, really good, we killed it yesterday, really, with regards to the retail sales. So all of you guys know that when we open a position with a macro statistic, that there is a reason for that, right? There's a reason why there are hundreds and hundreds, maybe millions, really hundreds of thousands or millions of people will buy euro dollar at that particular moment, or anything with a different currency, whether it's a CPI, PPI, PMI, or any kind of employment statistic. We understand that there's going to be a reason why there's going to be an impulse. There's going to be a really big, spike. With time, you and I were going to be able to actually even make certain times a certain prediction with regards to how big the move can be. I say 10, 15 pips, or like 20, 30 pips, 50, 60, with regards to like something like the NFP. And this is something that you can look at the videos. Every single video that I do, we're doing the stream. All of that is being kind of uploaded to the channel afterwards, which, by the way, certainly is going to be appreciated if somebody likes and follows, leaves a comment, and Telegram channels where you can talk to me one-on-one if you guys ever, kind of starting to be curious about how to make money work for you instead of you for the money. So with regards to macro statistics, right, we said that there's, probably not really that many per month that you would be able to open positions, in the sense that it's not going to be maybe as gratifying as opening positions every single day for like half an hour or something like that. But do understand that you and I, even though we get into the profit with technical analysis, it still doesn't hold a candle to the macro statistics. So if we go to any Forex calendar, right, and we can take a look actually at the entire month, and we can calculate, we can filter out some of the countries that are, probably for me, that, I would never really be able to get my butt up early enough to trade, with Australia, New Zealand, Japan, maybe China. I don't know. Maybe China's still in that time zone. But let's see. There we go. When you apply filter, there we go. You got it right. 4:30 p.m., 5 p.m. We got the speech, which I told you that this is something that's kind of important enough in itself. Worthy of your attention, but it is a bit subjective. But anything with the numbers, everything with the numbers, it can't really be subjective with the numbers, right? Oh, well, it's lower than the previous one, but I think it's good. No, obviously, if it's bad, if that's what it says so right here. Usual effect, actual greater than 40 is good for the currency. There we go. I mean, that's where everybody understands. So the actual, there's a forecast, column. There's the actual, there's the forecast. Then you understand if this is going to be a good statistic or not. And with enough experience, I'm going to do it with you guys every single month. We're going to repeat these events. We're going to, take a look at the NFP on 1st of August, right, which is, what are we talking about, like 2 weeks, right? 1st of August, if we, click right here, we see that there it is, right? Non-farm employment change. Actually, wait a second. In August, right, if we go for this week, right, let's see, is there, right, so Friday is going to be NFP, and on Wednesday, well, it still got pushed back then, right? It got pushed, the CPI got pushed, I think, to the following Wednesday. Yeah, nope, still not. Retail, there we go. It's on Tuesday, right? CPI. So remember CPI, no matter what country, if it's big enough economy like Britain, maybe Germany, or, European CPI is also, as a Eurozone as a whole, it could move the market very good. So United States, Canada, Britain, maybe you're on the Asian side, Australia, New Zealand, all of these, CPIs are actually worthy of your attention. So you and I are going to do it all, we're going to actually walk you through it so that you gain enough experience with me, and maybe we're going to continue our 100% success rate into the next month as well. However, it's not something that I expect. I do expect that at some point the market will do something goofy. It'll spike down, and I will open the position and it will spike further. I will open the position, and then, it will go in and, I don't know, maybe spike again, and I will lose both positions, both steps of martingale. So, but it's part of the plan. This is actually something that's very important. Let me get my, big face here. Negative trading cannot be a surprise, right? I usually say that, hey, if you're walking down the street, window shopping, and I jump out from behind the corner and yell, you'll probably hit me in the face, right? If you're a guy, maybe even a girl, maybe kick me in the head. Because it's a surprise. It's not something that's expected, right? It's a reaction. But if somebody tells you, hey, like Tiffany, or hey, Bill, Morpheus is about to be goofy and is going to jump out and try to scare you, and I do it after, it's still not going to be pleasant, but, our friendship will not be tested with me having a black eye or a concussion, right? So the idea is that negative trading is part of investing with binaries, is part of the plan. You need to know exactly how to react to it. I usually kind of walk you guys through with the steps of martingale when I explain certain indicators, right? Today we're going to talk about CCI. I don't know, let's replace, ATR and ADX. Actually, you know what? Wait a second. CCI, there it is. CCI has a good tendency to show us when the trend perhaps has enough oomph, right? It has enough momentum to continue for at least few candles to give you like a signal with regards to, there we go. Anytime it touches, there's a positive 100 line, there's a negative 100 line. So anytime it touches a negative 100 line, what are you expecting? Obviously, you're expecting maybe a few red candles afterwards. If it touches the positive 100, there we go. You're expecting it, right? At least next candle should be, green, right? Over here it touched again, right? The next candle is green. Here it touched again, next candle is green. Here it touched again. So it has to touch from the inside upwards, right? There it is. And obviously, if you got like this in conjunction with some other indicators, it's actually a really good time. Right here, there we go. It touched the negative 100, and we got the shaft showing a sell signal. We have, this whole situation with, MACD is not really ideal, but there is a crossing of the signal line and the MACD line, right? And it's a crossing of the zero line. So we got parabolic that switched to the top. I mean, I don't think that you get any better signals than something like this. All right, so CCI, right, it's a commodities channel index. It was developed, by some, smart people or a smart person to monitor the commodities. What is a commodity? Commodity is oil. Commodity is, I don't know, gold, silver. These things are considered also kind of like safe haven assets. So commodities, right? Something that you utilize and, maybe, and it's something that you utilize and has value. So if we go, actually, let me move my energy drink to the side. All right, then let's go. Let's go through historical view a little bit. All right, what do we got? We got 3. This is CAD CHF. All right, let's remove all of these. And okay, there we go. Put up the first one. So where is the first signal from CCI? There it is right here, right, for a cell. And this one would have been in the money. All right, and we're going to go back for a couple of hours. I mean, I think that here, you could have probably, see, it seems like it dipped below the line, but like so marginally that you can't really even tell. Maybe it's kind of like straddling it. There it is right here. So I don't know if you would have put one here, but, so let's skip this one. Maybe you would have, maybe you would not. If you would have, right about here, you should have been in the money. All right, so there we go. This one, right? So it did touch the CCI did touch the positive 100, and we also got the parabolic switching to the to the bottom over here, signaling a buy opportunity. All right, let's go to the next one. Next one to touch from the bottom up. Let's say right about here, right? So that would have been in the money. All right, historically speaking, let's go again. Okay, so this one was it. I don't know, this one right here, also in the money. There we go. All right, so we got this, we got that one, we got this one as well, in the money. And remember I told you that it doesn't always matter, or I'm sorry, it's not something like, I'm not selling you a trick. I'm showing you all of the things that are at your disposal to take advantage of, right? So we got a cell signal right here. We got it actually also, once again, right? We got one, there we go, watch. Parabolic, shaft, MACD, not ideal, but, MACD and CCI. So it was just like, where was it? Also not a, yeah, no, wait. Where was that one where it wasn't ideal, but we would have probably taken it anyway? Just talked about it. Where's the buy? Right here, probably, yeah. No, there's a buy from CCI and a buy from Parabolic. Wait a second, I thought we just had one, right? Didn't I just mention that this is as good as it gets across a few indicators? Or was I looking at a different asset? Alright, so here was a, but no CCI here, so there was a buy. There was a buy. Maybe I need to drink some more of my energy drink because, there we go, look, see, we got a signal from Parabolic, we got a signal from Shaft, we got a signal from MACD, pretty decent, but not CCI. Wait, we're missing it right now, right? Wait a second, let's take a position. I kind of goofed here. All right, let's take a position for a sell. Now, though we're a little bit late, we should have entered like 2 candles back, but I still believe it should be going down as well. So we're going to continue for the next minute to sell as well. I kind of want to do it now. There we go. I want to do it now. Though we got fractal already saying that it should be going up, and we got CCI rounding out. So I think I missed my point. I think I missed the signal, a good signal here. Yeah, but for some reason, I thought that MACD, I said that, hey, that's not an ideal situation with the MACD, but maybe I was looking at a wrong, maybe a different currency pair. So anyways, continuing to go according to the signals with CCI. All right, so here we had a sell. Here we had, I definitely would have been selling here as well, but this one is like 50-50, right? So if we move it just a little bit back, like somewhere right about here, vertical line, I don't know if you can see it, right about here, not the ideal situation, nothing else really, here on MACD, it doesn't, there is a crossing right about here, but again, these tiny bars don't really give me anything. Shaft right here says sell, but as I mentioned, nowhere else does it do that, right? Parabolic says sell from this point right here. So I don't know. I would actually say that this one maybe is like, we could put an orange here, like 50-50, right? So 50-50. Let's go back to the previous time CCI gave a signal, right? We have one over here. I don't know, should have been in the money. And we have one right before it, right about here. Also should have been in the money. So you can see actually it's got like really good success rate, but we also need to kind of be aware that sometimes it gives us once again, there it is, it should have been in the money here. All right, when it touched, just when it touches, right, the next candle. This one's kind of, all right, and there we go. All right, so let's leave it off here. We actually got like a really good one right here, right? Look, we got one, parabolic, we got shaft, we got crossing of the MACD, even though once again not the freaking prettiest thing, and we got CCI. So where was this one? Right here, yeah? There we go. Once again, not ideal, but we got one, we got two, we got three, we got four. So the difference, though, the distance, or no, the time difference between those, this is like at 8:53, and this one was at, where was it? Right here, right? At 10:20. And so we are talking about like an hour and a half. So if we're following just one indicator, well, once again, it's very rare that it will give you like 3 false signals in a row. Even rarer where it would give you 4 false signals in a row. Not to mention 5 or 6. And this is what I was talking about in terms of tournaments. When you guys are trying, it's right there. You click on this and you participate free daily on a daily basis. You can put money into your account risk free. That's why I love this platform. It gives amazing flexibility with the expirations with regards to time and or the flag and the timer. All right, so we have actually. Wait a second. There we go. We got a buy signal, right? We got a buy signal. We got parabolic on the bottom. We got shaft rounding out. We got the MACD kind of pointing up, and we got CCI touching. All right, so we lost the $2. We're going to be. Can't see a check. Where is it? There we go. Let's put that here. There we go. And we're actually we're gonna do what we usually do. We're going to pick out a whole bunch of. There we go. High payout OTC pairs. And we're going to analyze it to see what's going on. All right, so let's see. We're going to stick for now with the CAD CHF because there we go. It did touch, but it seems like it didn't really want to continue to go through. So I still believe that it should go up. So next position is there we go. Next position is 750. And according to our money management for technical analysis, it's staying a little bit on the safe side, giving us the flexibility to lose 3 positions and not care. I don't care that I'm going to lose 3 positions here. I'm going to wait. Right? So today we're still doing, I'm still buying based on shaft. I'm buying based on parabolic, though we do have fractal pointing down, and we do have a red bar and CCI pointing down as well. So I don't know, 18, what's the next one? Hold on, let me go to my chart. And once again, if you join, if you kind of reach out to us in the Telegram channel, I'll send you the chart. I'll send you the Excel sheet with the formula that kind of tells us what's the next step is. You'll be able to play around with the numbers there and understand that you don't need a lot to make a lot. That should be like something that I keep like flashing here somewhere. You don't need a lot to make a lot, because look at the end of this month, right? It kind of showed you we had like we killed it yesterday with the macro, but even without that, there's a steady climb that we've done, for months at a time. All right. So for now, I don't know. We were still, looking at the $18 there. Let's take a look if we got. As I mentioned, we're giving a little bit more preference to the CCI. Though, as I mentioned, it could do something like this. It could come up, it could touch, and then, whoosh, and kind of go back in. And once again, come up and touch, and come back down again. So here, finally, it did make the moolah. I don't know. Do we want to, once again, Yeah, I think that this is actually would be a good point for a retracement because we also talked about this quite a lot, right? Um, with regards to a trend line, look, we had a really decent low. We got a very, very aggressive climb. Actually, it's reaching the previous high, and I do believe that this would be ideal moment where it will actually retrace. Even if it's going to go higher a little bit, it's not going to go higher by much, right? The last time it exceeded this point was here, and this was at, no, it wasn't really that long ago. It was like 7:30 in the morning when I was taking my kid to the kindergarten. All right, so again, everything's about probabilities, and we're looking like we could be. Oh man, it could be in the yeah, we could be in the loss. As I mentioned, yeah, I did expect that this to be a red candle, so I understood that this is gonna feel like it's gonna resist. But in this case, I'm gonna do something very rare, 46.88, and I'm going to once again. There we go. We got the two red bars. We got shaft. We got parabolic. So we got 1, 2, 3, possibly 4. We kind of could like stretch the truth and say that this is soon, headed for a retracement. So this is the previous level of interest right here and right here. So let's see what the market will give us. And yeah, we need to choose the next minute. So we're going to go actually to the fifth step martingale. Once again, not really something that I advise when jumping between assets, because you really kind of get a feel and understand where there are the levels of support, resistance, and so. We got MACD line crossing, or I'm sorry, rounding out. We got the signal line. There we go. We got a sell signal. I'll take it. Wait a second. There we go. I'll take it. I bet you that if it goes down just a little bit further, we got parabolic. That should be, there it is. There's parabolic that says going down. And yeah, so either this or the next candle should be red as well. So this is where, again, because we did so great yesterday, I'm actually, I would be able to even consider going to the next step, which would be $114, because I have a very, very high probability of the next candle being red if it's necessary, right? We'll take this. I wouldn't want to say chance, but we got parabolic, we got a breakout, we got kind of 3 bars, we got the CCI bouncing back. So I would expect that this or the next one, there we go, it would be in the money. So what did we do? We lost 5. Wait, how come we lost? Probably I lost this before, right? I started with you guys. There we go at 14, 12, 14. Wait a second, no. So how come? What time is this? 12:13. Oh, so I goofed here a little bit. 2, 3. This one should have been 7:50. But I opened it a bit late. So 18:50. All right. So we lost. Hold on. If we lost $31, but we won 43, right? So we're in profit now. We're good. All right, and yeah, I would actually say that I'm still, it's highly likely that it's going to continue to go downward, and if we could kind of do something like this for a couple of candles. All right, next one's going to be $3. Okay, so we got a buy signal again from Fractal. So three candles. This one should have been red. There we go, because we went for a sell. Actually, wait a second. It should have been red on here as well, right? So there we go. So yeah, we got kind of an interesting situation going here. So let's wait and see what the market will present us. We got 5 red bars in a row saying that it should be continuing to go down. We have a breakout strategy in effect, because if it breaks out on one candle but on the next one goes back in, that's a false breakout. So right now we do have a valid breakout right here, right? So this is no longer a valid level of support, but it seems like once again I keep reminding everybody, day in and day out, that this is what I'm presenting you is with the rules on how this system should be operated with. But just like driver's license or driving rules of the road, not everybody follows them. Alright, so we still got MACD and signal line coming closer for a crossing. And I would say that, there we go, we're still in, 44 seconds until this candle is over, it, ends. We got her reaching upwards, so parabolic has to be kind of like either feeling a pressure. But there we go. We got the green bar possibly forming right now, depending once again if what the pocket option clients are doing with the JPY and NZD JPY. And it goes, what, as I mentioned, it still went up to the previous high. There it is. I don't believe that, I would actually say that I kind of want to open a retracement position right now, because what are the chances that it's going to break? They're actually high already, right? See, we do have a CCI going up. All right, that's okay. Once again, we're out of money on this one. All right, so let's see what's what's going to be happening here. All right, parabolics on the bottom against kind of showing us a buy. MACD started pointing upwards, but we do got a red bar again, and CCI is almost there. It says that it does have enough oomph to continue to go up, but once again, we've just breached the highest point that this asset was, the NZD-JPY, in the past. Right there it is. That's the highest point right there with the fractal. So it's straddling this, and I'm not seeing anything more other than parabolic that shows that it should be going upward. So we're going to wait another 10 seconds to see what the next candle does, and what kind of signals we get from the other indicators. All right, so it still goes up. All right, 2, 1. Nope. Still CCI. We're giving it a little bit more preference today, and it's level. It's not really reaching that point. So you got to be, once again, careful. We still got a red bar from MACD, and the fact is that SHAF is still in this, over, kind of like still momentum still continues to go upwards, so I'm not yet committed. And the last time it went this long before selling, right, was actually from here, from this buy signal right here with parabolic, and it went up to this point. So let's see, what is the time span? 10:17 to 10:44. Right, so about 20 minutes. We get a buy signal here, also a very good one right across the board with regards to MACD. Doesn't get any prettier than this. With regards to SHAF, with regards to parabolic, and with regards to fractal. All of them said buy right here, and it started going up very aggressively, but this happened at 12:04, and right now it's 28, so 24 minutes, right? So same thing. I would actually say that, yeah, it's due to go back. We got a sell signal from fractal, but nothing else. And so we are still going to wait, but we're going to be loading the next bullet, loading the next position, and seeing. So another 20 seconds left, but no other signals, right, other than fractal. So we need to wait. Let's get a successful trade here, and let's go, let's move on to another asset. KES USD, KES. I'm not really sure if you guys, I don't know what KES stands for. If anybody's, still watching right now, coming across this stream, we're making money together with binary options. We're doing technical analysis today where we give a little bit more weight and preference to the CCI. And, well, as I mentioned, yeah, we kind of have like a really good 1, 2, 3 point contact on the fourth one. I was expecting a bit more of a retracement, maybe to this point or to this point, somewhere here, considering the past levels of, the interest levels. And, well, as you can see, yeah, it kind of went in, but started to go upwards again. This is the highest that it's been in the past, like 5 hours. So this is what makes me think that it can't really be going up for, much longer. But again, we got CCI pointing upwards. We got the green bar. We got the MACD. Once again, not really a bad situation. Just this is all about being patient enough to take the position on the, well, yeah, in the, taking the optimal position. All right, again, someone is spamming us in Twitch, and my team is gonna, get in there and clean the house. All right, there we go. All right, what else we got? All right, so still waiting, still waiting. I'm still thinking that a retracement is coming soon. Actually, we got, I would say that we also got a relatively decent resistance level kind of forming here, right? There it is. 1, 2, and this could be the third point contact. This didn't quite reach it, but again, this can't go on much longer. If we look at a different time interval, we'll see that the previous highest point was 86, and right now, or 86.80, and right now it's 86.60, so it's about another 20 pips. And it is going to reach the previous high right here, and this means really that this kind of aggressive move, is not something that can go on forever. We actually have a relatively decent, look at that, 3-minute, 1, 2. This would have been great if it went, for 3, but it's in third point contact happened here. And we also have another one. Hey, look at that, almost stretched itself out right there. Right? So we do have an upward channel that had a breakout. It should continue, but continue to where? Continue to the highest point, but at some point it has to be retracing. Right? And is that point right now? We had CCI that it seemed like it well, I don't know. I don't think it touched. I think it came damn near close. Um, but it didn't quite touch. And I'm looking for this moments where it's going to have enough oomph to break through and continue. Actually, we could add ATR maybe, right, to see the volatility. All right, because right here we had low volatility, but then it started going upwards. Or we could take a look at ADX as well. I kind of think that ADX and CCI, they kind of have the same function. When it goes above 20%, we hear when it touches, we could say that, hey, it's got enough oomph to continue. Right now, we got a positive DI, right, directional index, going up with the ADX. We got 38%. That's pretty decent. But it seems like, look, it's retracing, it's, curving backwards. We've got red bars, we've got CCI pointing down. We still got shaft not showing that it's a good idea to sell, and we don't have any other indication that we could be expecting a retracement now. There we go. All right, so we got a fractal. And I usually, I kind of keep saying that video in and out, but I usually say that it's more like kind of like my early signal, right? So it's like, hey, maybe right now you should be paying attention because there could be a retracement, right? It's been going up very aggressively, literally. It's a very aggressive move, right? It took forever for it to drop from here to here to here, right? With regards to 1037 to 12, oh, so for 23 minutes, right? And all right, we got, so 2, so yeah, also about 18 minutes so 23 minutes took to get down, 20 minutes to get back up to this level, and, a couple of minutes, kind of exceeded that level. So we've got this aggressive growth that I think is coming to an end. We had a better kind of like this, right? We got 1, 2, 3. On the fourth one, it broke through, but we could adjust it a little bit. It's not an exact science. And we still got 1, 2, and 3, 4, and there we go on the fifth time right now. It seems like it is going to break and continue. So let's keep an eye out on this. We got MACD line rounding out. It's about to cross the signal line. We've got 4 red bars. So on the next candle, in about 30 seconds, we should see again a signal, whether it's going to be from shaft, whether it's going to be from, MACD. CCI is pointing down, and the positive DI is going down as well, though not the negative DI. So 14 seconds left. Well, let's keep an eye out on this. I think that, yeah, we need to take the next minute. 7, 6, 5. See, once again, the pocket option, traders might not be following the rules. The rules say that it should be going down, but we got a fractal saying up. We kind of, once again, there we go, positive DI still is pointing upwards as well. Here we would have lost if we, and I think here we did lose when I opened the position, saying that, man, it's kind of like, not a good point because it is, hitting this resistance level. So we lost here. It started to retrace a bit. So let's continue to watch. It's still too early to say. And this is the most difficult part about trading. Sometimes you really just need to wait a little bit longer. So highest probability, I think we did it on AUD or AUDC. Here we go. Right, so we're looking for probabilities like this one, right, with regards to parabolic, with regards to shaft, with regards to MACD, with regards to CCI. AEDs we can kind of like remove. So right now it looks like it could be going, but still, see, this is the level where it's resisting, right? So it came up, it actually came up, almost as high as 86.80. Right, but not quite. So it does have a little bit more room to go. Well, we just need to wait a little bit more. I do see an imperfect ascending triangle potential. All right, we got a resistance level here, and we got a imperfect support level here. Let's change this to a different color. Let's make it a little, let's make it a lot more poppy. Alright, we talked about this. Remember, after a move upwards, if the asset reaches down, boom, it goes back up to this level, reaches down. But a little shorter move, it's got a potential to bounce upwards and continue. Right? But since we reached the, really, really high levels in such a short period of time, it's unlikely. We also see a whole bunch of red bars. We also see that the shaft has been up in the uptrend for a very long time. And I would say that, yeah, we're due for a retracement. Even though it seems like it should be breaking, I think that once again, right now in the next minute or two, we could have that, it's a squeezed spring, and we could have a pop. It should be either on the top side, or if it's going to be on the top side, we're going to wait right there, 86.80. That was the previous highest point, 86.80. Seems like it's still continuing to go up. I don't really like these kind of things. All right, wait a second. Let's hop into the some other assets. There we go. We had a buy, kind of signal right here from CCI. And yeah, it could go up a little bit further. No retracements yet. Alright, here was a decent buy from MACD and shaft and parabolic, kind of like slightly, a little candle or two apart. Again, back here. Alright, 86.72, 71, so 9 pips until the highest level. Once again, I keep saying that it can't go up for, much longer, but it seems like it does. It seems like it continues to climb and crawl its way, claw its way up there. And what do we got? See, see, 39 minutes. We've been trading for 40 minutes, and we really didn't open that many positions, so we are in the money, but barely really, right? $11, and I'm like $5 in the minus, so we're still waiting for that retracement. All right. Finally, we see smack D line crossing, so we should be getting ready. And there we go. See, MACD line is crossing the signal line, but that's about it. That's the only signal. We still parabolic is up. Still see shaft is not saying that it's retracing, and it didn't really even cross the zero line yet, right? So we're, if I would have entered here, it would have been way too early. So let's give it a little bit of time. Oh, and NZDJPY seems like it's not available for a set, for trading instruments currently unavailable. Oh man, son of a. Well, it happens. Maybe volatility dropped and something goofy like that does happen once in a while. So not really something that's bad, really. Once again, just kind of have to kind of keep that in mind. Take it with a grain of salt. There's lots of positive things from this kind of trading, but once in a while, market makers will make an asset unavailable because there could be that 100% guarantee. So we're just gonna still keep it here. We're gonna watch it for a little bit more. We got a kind of like a bit of a channel here going up. Upward channel, right? So trend is your friend. I would say that, yeah, buying here would have been a good idea based on CCI and parabolic. All right, we got GBP USD. What do we got? With regards to support and resistance levels, we don't have, that much, nothing really that interesting. Kind of like this situation happening, right? Boom, kind of keeps going up, but it keeps reaching this level and retraces a bit, right? Not an exact science. It could leave a, point, pip or two for. So right now it does have a upwards bullish momentum. There seems to be a bit of a retracement. Actually, this could be a good opportunity. All right, why? CCI is already pointing down. We got 4 red bars. We got upward trend that's been going for a while, and we see that there's not really a super big dominant kind of positioning here. So can it go a little bit further downward? Yeah, hell yeah. So let's just keep an eye out on this. Maybe we'll take a position at in this asset with GBP USD. Alright, CCI though is starting to point upwards, so if it does break, it could go, continue to break to this point first, then to this point then, and then to this point here. Alright, so let's just once again keep an eye out on what's going to be happening. KES is still in the middle of the channel, right? So we don't really want to do anything yet here. GBP USD, there we go, it's testing this period. And let's see if it's, in 20 seconds, we should get a bit more of a clarity in 14 seconds of what it's going to do. So another 10 seconds we need to wait. There's not really any signals. Parabolic still says up. We got a green bar. We got, actually both lines, signal line and MACD line approaching the zero line, which actually I would say it's, yeah, I think that this would be a good idea to start entering a position. There we go. CCI touched. We got, fractal on this candle saying that it should be going up as well. We got like a 1, we could say 2, 3, kind of stretching the truth a little bit, that it's a good time to enter a position. And, yeah, so as I keep saying, we're going to be giving a little bit more weight to CCI today because I want to show you guys what kind of signals this provides. Don't worry that if you get to watch this video at some later point in time, we're gonna keep re-going through the indicators, to keep things a bit fresh with the new data, with the new graphs, and we're still gonna be buying. Alright, seems like, okay, 2 red bars, so everything was going very good for a buy position, but seems that maybe we entered a little bit too late, but actually no, right on time. It's just that it didn't have enough oomph, enough momentum to continue to go upwards. Parabolic says up, fractal says up. Again, we got a green bar, and CCI is again trying to pull itself, muster itself above this particular level. All right, level of resistance, and it seems like it could go all the way here. All right, on this end. So 4th position martingale. Yeah, this is actually one of the things that, today is Friday. What does that mean? That means that everybody's already thinking about the weekend. not really thinking about making money, and maybe there's just a bit different volatility, happening. So again, today is not going to be like a huge profitable day like it was yesterday, but next week we do have actually quite a few decent macros. All right, let's make sure. Yeah, we got on Thursday. We're gonna kill it with the PMIs. Right, so Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we're gonna have technical analysis. So once again, positions that are modest. But yeah, once again, it did break. It looks like it's gonna go to this level right here, the previous level of resistance. Maybe actually it is meeting that level of resistance right here. This is where it had really a strong resistance, right? Difficulties breaking through. It bounced away, and finally on the momentum, it kind of went upwards. So, am I expecting once again that this is going to continue to go up? Absolutely not. So today we have horrible statistic, really. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 trades, and only 2 are in the money, and yet we're still in profit today, right? So we lost 5, 12.50. With a multiplier that's pitifully low, and oh my god, I didn't even see this. No, screw that, 70%. That's why it's ridiculously tiny. Euro dollar OTC. No, we're not going to we're not going to trade assets like this. I don't know, even KES. It seems like it could be. There we go. All right. Let's open a position uh for a couple of bucks. But it's too late. We should have opened it a bit sooner. Let's see what it does. Once again, this is where it reaches. This particular breakout point was the highest point in the past like hour plus, and actually for a very long time it was still the highest point. The last time it was higher was at like 5 o'clock in the morning. 5 o'clock in the morning today was a little bit higher than it is right now. So wait, did we lose? Yeah, we lost. All right, so is it going to continue? Let's see together. Whoop, not this. There we go. So it seems like it pulled back just a little bit to lose that position and continued to go upwards. But I entered very late again. All right, so horrible success rate. Today's statistics were not really doing very good. Once again, maybe people are already, there's not enough volume with regards to the asset doing what it should be doing, right? But we're going to once again give a little bit more preference to the CCI. It seems like it did touch, it continued. So we're going to be in the money on this one. Do I want to continue with this? Probably not, though. I think that it is going to retrace soon. So, but still, the profitability is 83%, not 92, which means that we lost $2 here, but made only 250. So we just, we're in process, we're in profit by 49 cents. So this is not really something that's worth it. Euro ruble. Let's see. Well, we got like immediately I see a really good, immediately I see a very good support level. There it is. All right. And we actually, and I would probably even say that we got like a really decent channel, parallel channel here. Let's see if I'm right. There we go. And yeah, almost, right? There we go. Look, we got a relatively decent channel happening here. So it started, went up, kind of retraced, went up. We got like 1, 2, 3 point contact, and we got kind of same thing here with regards to 1, 2, 3, close enough. But I still think that with regular trend lines, we would draw a little bit better. All right, even if I start here, let's see, there it is, right? There it is, something like that. And we got that beautiful, there we go, slightly expanding. Boom, boom. It came down to this point, but it closed here. So boom, boom, once again, a little mini channel right here. We could actually maybe draw that up. Channels are actually really cool because, as I keep mentioning, they, if somebody follows the signals, this is how they do it, right? So it went up, down, up, down and finally broke through. Where is it going to break through? You had a 2-point contact right here, and you kind of saw where the potential is for a retracement and a bounce back. Let's delete this. So far, it's not really telling me anything except for that we just missed the buy opportunity with the CCI, MACD with chaff and parabolic SAR, as good as it gets, but only for one candle, right? So maybe now it's going to be retracing. Euro NZD, nice resistance level right here. Right, so we're feeling this. Okay, we got a signal right now from shaft, from parabolic, from fractal, but that was here, right, on this candle, for parabolic, from MACD right here. But shaft says that it's going to be going up on this candle right now that it's happening. I don't know, guys, I'm not feeling this. Yeah, today might be one of those days where, this is something where you just stop trading and say, you know what, I'm going to go spend a little time with my PlayStation, with my kids, something like that, right? Not really, as Americans say, doesn't make sense to beat a dead horse, right? 1, 2, came down but didn't. 3, 4, it's a really nice level of support. It seems like we got a really, kind of good level of resistance as well. And this is, wow, I mean, yeah, this is where I would say that it's going to have to retrace. All right, in the money, which means we'll go to $2, which means we'll go to the next minute. There we go. I do believe that it should be retracing. This is, the further this goes, the higher, the less likely that it's going to continue to go. That, will seem like it should follow a retracement here. All right, but we need to wait another 9 seconds. Let's go to the next minute. And we'll see what the asset does. Maybe we can enter a bit sooner, right? Let's enter a bit sooner, sooner than should have. All right, next minute. Let's take a look. All right, CCI is retracing. We still got very strong, regardless kind of like growth with the MACD and signal line. Maybe it is actually going to break through. We could take a look at ADX. Oh yeah. It's actually rising above 20% right now. Signal line, or I'm sorry, 20% the ADX line. We got the positive DI still pointing upwards. So it does look like there could be a trend. And that means that we probably would want to set up a different support level starting from here like this. And do we want to continue to go up? Everything is pointing that we should. And 750. Everything is pointing that we should. But on the next minute should have been the better choice. All right. There we go. Let's see what this does now. Okay, negative. There we go. That's what I was expecting, actually. So see, I know better. Sometimes I just take these positions a little bit prematurely, or at least to do some sort of action during the stream. If I trade by myself, as I mentioned, I'm the kind of person that appreciates any kind of profit. In 1 hour, if I make like 10, 15 bucks, that's great. As long as I don't lose. Even if I make $5, I'm going to go buy myself a cup of Starbucks or something, and still going to be, a good day. Right now, seems like I'm going to lose both positions, right? So I'm going to get ready for the 4th step martingale. I'm going to wait a little bit. I still believe it should be going down, but we got this kind of sawing at this particular level. And if I'm going to win by the skin of my teeth, or I'm going to lose by the skin of my teeth as well. All right, but I'm still going to go down. I'm still going to go into a sell. Now let's take a look. I'm actually going to go again. All right, what's the profitability? At least it's 92%. Yeah, so 18, so 46.88. And see, this is where, once again, I didn't make $46 today, so I probably would want to stop, because today's profit is definitely already wiped out, because we didn't make $20 today. And so what am I going under? I'm going under with 2 bars right here, but it's still pointing upwards. It's still too early. We got the early signal from fractal that it should be going down, and I do believe that it's going to go down on the next minute as well. but it's too close. I need more. We need more time. We need more, patience, I guess, to be winning these positions. So it's still sawing at this level. There we go. All right. Should I sell? No, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait for the next minute. Because if it bounces back, it's got like really long time to go backwards, right? A lot of time, right? A long one, to go here. If it's going to go up, if it's going to break on the upside, where is it going to go? Where is the next level of, see, it's an all-time high, really. I mean, where's the last time it's been this high is on the 17th, yesterday, right? Today's the 18th. Yeah, yesterday at 12 o'clock in the afternoon, right? So 24 hours. It's been, dropping and kind of clawing its way back up. So let's wait. The positive DI is retracing. CCI is coming back down. We got 3 red bars. I'm just looking for maybe that one, a better signal to come in from everywhere. Parabolic is reaching to the point where one good move downwards is going to switch it to the top. And then at that point, we're going to have everything rounding out and showing us that it's a good time to sell. And I think that we're going to wait a little bit longer just for that to happen, so that I prove my words right. And on this, we're going to finish today. All right, so let's just wait a little bit more. Don't want to do it prematurely. There we go. So in 25 seconds, we get more information. There we go. In 18 seconds. So chats are still empty. You guys, if you ever need, any kind of one-on-one consultation, certainly are able to do that in Telegram with me. We got the MACD line rounding out. We got 2 red bars in a row. We got parabolic reaching awfully close to this. And, yeah, we're going to go to the next minute, right, expiration. So I'm still going to wait. Or maybe I could actually open in this position. Nope, actually I'm not. In next minute. There we go, in 40 seconds. In 30 seconds, once again, see, we've got this approaching. We've got this, like a few good opportunities right now to believe that it's still going to go down. 3rd point contact. We could tie this up a little bit and chop this up to a false breakout. It seems to be liking this particular level. But it can't be here forever. So one good candle still, and we're still going to the next one. Not ideal situation. We'll close this one off. Euro ruble, we got bouncing back and forth, kind of doing a weird thing with parabolic here, still also climbing right from this point across the 0 line and still climbing. Can it climb forever? No, there's a buy signal right here we could have taken, there's a buy signal here we could have taken. Still, it's still going upwards, and that does seem like a buy signal, but it seems like it's reaching through this resistance level for a while. Alright, BHD, CNY. Alright, let's wait. Alright, we do have a potential here. Let's set up the resistance, the support and resistance levels. There we go. It's a quiet day today. Alright, and we got this. Alright, I would say that we got this resistance right here. 1, 2, 3, kind of going down. We got 1, 2, 2-point contact, but not much else. Not really good plume. Alright, Sell signal right here was good just a few minutes ago. We got a buy signal from CCI, but it seems like it's on the line. It's not really going anywhere. But we do have a upward moment 31% ADX red bar. Alright, so we need to wait a little bit, but BHD is still coming back. Very long trend, you know, upwards. So upside, upside, up. Maybe I think it's going to go sideways again now. So might not really be a good idea to open at this point. AUD NCD doesn't really impress me today. I don't know, I don't feel it. AUD CAD. Let's take a look what we got. We got a good support resistance level. There it is right here. And we got an upward channel. Alright, so we got an upward movement, and we got a relatively good resistance level immediately is visible, right? There it is. Look at that, and it's in the middle of this right now. It seems like it's going to be going upwards. We got all of the, you know, appropriate signals to give it a try. Let's give it a try. Alright, and yeah, I really wish that I didn't miss some of these things. Alright, 48, 114, 19, right? 114. Alright, let's go 115. Not to cheapen ourselves here. Alright, what do we got? We got 92% payout. And it seems like it should be going out. There we go. SHAP is rounding out. We got the MACD and signal line crossing. We got CCI pointing upwards. So it should be going out. I'm going to actually go on the limb and open the next position as well. I think I did that, right? 20 seconds. Alright, so we got a bunch of signals. You know, we entered exactly when we should have, but once again, the market is not always as predictable. So 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, we're going to be in the money on this one. Alright, there we go. Alright, my dear friends, we got like, we had pitiful statistic today, really, but we're still in the money. Not a lot of money, I would say, but still, nevertheless, a little profit is better. Even if you make 2 or 3%, and you know what, let me show you this one more time, just before I go. You know, bear with me. This is probably one of the most important things that, that we could understand, right? So when we take a look at growth, right, if we start with $1,000, I'm going to kind of do this again with you guys, maybe a separate video on how to look at this instrument properly. All right, so imagine if you invested $1,000, your balance, right, your balance will be almost $17,500 in 30 days if you're shooting for 10%. Right, 10%, that's all it takes to take you from 1,000 to 17,500. Where else are you going to get something like this? Nowhere else. No stocks, no bonds. I highly doubt that even crypto will give you something like that. Right, 10% essentially. But let's kind of keep in mind that the profitability, the bigger positions are actually towards the end. So the numbers that are going to be realistic, you know, real numbers are going to be a little bit bigger. But let's say that you got family, friends, you know, your girlfriend, boy toy, you know, whatever, and you're not going to trade every single day. Don't ask yourself, you know, that. Don't put that pressure on you to trade every single day, because you don't need to. Right? Watch this, right? What if we don't trade 5 days? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? So at this point, we, you know, are at 0. And remember, these are the highest paid days based on the balance and 10%. So, you know, you're not going to take it all, you know, last 5 days. You're going to take a day off here. You're going to take a day off here, day off here, day off here, day off here. I don't know, hanky-panky, or, you know, some romance time, whatever. That's where it's going to happen. But also, I say, listen, if you're aiming for 10%, don't allow to go less than, you know, don't allow to go more than 10% into the red. Right, so you got one, okay, so we got, that's right, we don't make 10%, we lose 10%. Alright, so we go 1, 2, 3, 4, right, on this one, on the 19th. So that's also a 0, right? There we go. Now, also say that, you know what, 2 days are going to be 5%. 2 days are going to be, I don't know, 2%. but also maybe 2 days are going to be like 20%. All right, and I don't know, maybe 2 days 7%, and I don't know, one day 40%. Just everything's gonna align. And look, still $1,000 becomes 5,675. You know what? For the first month, withdraw 2,000. But immediately in 1 month, you have as an side income an additional. All right, an additional 1,000. So this becomes 3,000. Let me just kind of round it up, 3,500. And exactly the same schedule, right? Just out of a 30-day month, you're trading for 25 days. You give yourself 4 crappy days, and some statistic that varies. Some days a little bit better, some days a little bit worse, and we're still looking. Now we're looking at damn near $20,000 balance, right? Second month, withdraw 5,000. Immediate growth, right? Ridiculous growth. And that means that 5,000, once again, we'll round up. Let's say that this one's going to be 14,000. All right, exactly same statistic. Once again, it actually should be a little bit bigger, but now we're looking at buying a BMW, M4 series, whatever it is that you want. And that's actually something that I'm going to continue to show you guys over and over so that we understand what kind of asset we can, or rather, what kind of things we can ask from the asset. We don't need a lot to make a lot. All right, my friends, as I mentioned, next week, Monday through Wednesday, we're going to be taking advantage of more technical analysis. There's not going to be, like $100 positions. We're still going to keep it nice and small. You're going to see positive growth. I'm going to show you guys that you don't need ideal statistics, but the signals are going to come. We're going to test different indicators. So like the channel. Please subscribe. It definitely helps us out. Leave a comment. I want to know what you guys desire to know, to talk more about. And actually, yeah, get in the chats. Let's make this a dialogue instead of a monologue. I'd love to share my experience, and without any kind of negativity, without any obligations, whether it's here in live format or in Telegram channel. Door is always open. So thank you so much. Have a wonderful weekend, you guys. Bye.